Now, there are ships all over the museum, and there's lots of great stories around these, correct?
That's right, that's right. A big difference between Denmark and Iowa is that Denmark is surrounded by the sea and has 400 islands.
Well, that would be the exact opposite of Iowa, because
Exactly.
we're surrounded by land.
Exactly. So that was a major cultural difference for
Yeah.
Danish immigrants
Sure.
who were used to being really very connected to the sea, to sailing, to fishing, and then farming in landlocked areas. That's a real change. So a lot of Danish Americans continue to have as a hobby making model ships, sometimes Viking ships, sometimes fishing ships, other times really elaborate sailing ships. And we have some of all of those examples here at the museum.
And these are probably some of your smallest.
These look like fishing boats.
Okay.
With a little cabin, for not a big
Yeah.
crew. They probably wouldn't go on long voyages. They would stay
A
from
day
island
trip.
to island. Exactly.
Bring back dinner.
Exactly. Yeah, so this type of thing, this would have been handmade by someone who just enjoyed making it. Maybe it was for themselves, maybe it was a gift for a family or friend,
Okay.
and maybe someone used it as a toy, or maybe someone used it as a display.
But it's also become a tradition in the churches, correct?
Right, there is a long tradition in Danish churches of many of them having a model ship hung from the ceiling inside the church.
And why is that?
Well, there's a lot of kind of ways that the ship can symbolize different stories from the Bible, like Noah's Ark.
Oh, sure.
The ship can be a symbol of how we all are together, kind of navigating the world together. But it also could be just a reminder of all of the friends and family and neighbors who would depend on the sea for their occupation, for travel, and maybe a hope that everyone returns safely, or sometimes even to remember people who might have been lost at sea.
Now, there are ships hung from the ceilings of churches here in Iowa, and I suspect if I'm of Danish descent, I go to that church and it really just reminds me of home.
That's right. It really is a continuing tradition for a lot of churches that were founded by Danish immigrants and still have a lot of Danish Americans, involved in those congregations today. So even here in Elkhorn, the Elkhorn Lutheran Church has a model ship in the center of its congregation.
So what does that ship make you think about, or how does it make you feel? And if you had to move to a completely different part of the world, what would symbolize home for you?
Funding for Find Iowa has been provided by the following supporters.